as fans, we're aware that there won't be anyone as good as Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa's Black Panther. But he left a great legacy behind him that must live on. Wakanda Forever was just the start of what could follow next in the series about this ancient civilization fans want as a series about T'Challa's ancestor Bashenga. Who was this guy? What is he capable of? And why he is important in Wakanda history? You'll find out in the next couple of minutes. So let's get started. We were all sad when we lost him. Both heaven and earth wept for the prematurely ended life of Chadwick Boseman, with whom the Black Panther T'Challa also left. But even though he was maybe the only Wakanda protector that we knew, he isn't the first leader of this ancient civilization. Comic book lovers were thrilled when Marvel finally decided to introduce the Black Panther in the MCU back in 2016. His first appearance on TV was in the movie Captain America: Civil War, where he showed a great performance in front of the audience, which gave him a chance to perform in a solo movie in 2018. But destiny was cruel, and we lost him just before the second movie. Wakanda Forever was a huge hit, which fans are still talking about. The $831 million in revenue is more than proof of that. The movie has a 7.2 rating on IMDb, and also has a great 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. But besides Wakanda Forever being a hit in the theaters, and the studio still summarizing the impressions for the movie, fans are constantly talking about something else, something that should take us centuries ago: Bashenga. That's the name you will find these days on Marvel's fan forums and in social media discussions. He is the first ever king of Wakanda who managed to save Wakanda and unite the feuding tribes, which before them were at war between themselves. Bashenga was an ordinary guy who one day has a vision in which a great meteorite that is full of intense energy lands on Wakanda land and causes a cataclysmic chain reaction. He will step up to protect his homeland by forging two weapons, which are made of an element called vibranium. By using the new weapon, Bashenga will absorb the whole energy spread by the meteorite and will throw it into the heart of Wakanda. For his heroism, Bashenga will be crowned as the first ever king of Wakanda, and he will also become a Black Panther. But to avoid confusion, Bashenga is not the first Wakanda Black Panther. There's even one more guy before him, and hit that like button below the video right now. No, really, the first ever Black Panther is Mosi. He was chosen by the goddess Bast to join the prehistory Avengers. Bashenga is his heir and the ancestor of every Wakanda royal family after him. You can now see that the saga of Black Panther is not only 2 movies on TV, there is a long history that is yet to be fully revealed. Before Bashenga showed up, the tribes in Wakanda were enemies between themselves. They were constantly in war, and they were constantly killing each other. Finally, this spiritual shaman will put an end to this slaughtering. Under his leadership, Wakanda will focus on external enemies, and with Bashenga's great technical and physical characteristics, this civilization will grow and will be rich in glory. Bashenga's visions don't come like that. Just like with Mosi, Bashenga was also chosen by the goddess Bast, who will lead him to the heart-shaped herb that will turn him into a Black Panther warrior. By consuming this herb, he will become extraordinarily strong with superhuman speed and will lead his civilization tribes into forming a strong confederation that lives for thousands of years now. And you probably remember that his name was also mentioned in both Black Panther movies, when many of you surely did some research to find more information about him. Those who are still not familiar with his name, maybe after this video will agree that the next Black Panther movie should focus on this ancient part of Wakanda's history. There's no doubt that Princess Shuri was great as the new Wakanda protector last year. And while T'Challa's son Toussaint is still very young for this responsibility, the series probably will go backwards this time. The biggest question right now is whether it should be a movie or a spin-off series.
To the rest of the world.
But if you're asking when it could happen, the answer is nobody knows at this point. Reading all fans' reactions on this subject, the backstory is top on their wish list, but as things stand, Marvel is also considering this idea. If you search on IMDb, you'll find that a movie for the first ever Wakanda king is in early development, so we can easily conclude that something is moving in the right direction. even though there isn't any information about when it could happen. Looking forward to what Marvel head chief Kevin Feige will say about this. Recently, something very interesting happened. My curiosity about this legendary comic book character grew even more after the artist Sean Harrison published a realistic concept on Twitter that shows how this possible Marvel project could look like. The concept is called Bashenga, the first Black Panther. And smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video if you haven't done it by now. No, really. The images for this project gathered thousands of positive reactions in only a couple of days. So take a good look and you'll be convinced of what I'm talking about. I presume that even Kevin Feige wasn't indifferent to a concept like this. Like you, I will also recommend him to hurry up and bring these ideas to life. Not only Harrison's concept gave us an idea how the movie should look, but also gave you some suggestions about the cast crew that should show up in it. The star from Pacific Rim, John Boyega, is selected to play the role of Bashenga, and he could be followed by Brian Tyra as Phastos, which will be a great choice because he already played this role in The Eternals. In the list, we can find the names of two music artists, the rapper Doechii, that could play the goddess Bast, and Burna Boy, who is considered to take the role of the leader of the River Tribe. There are many other names of great musicians on this list, and Harrison also made a selection for the director's chair and a guy that should take care of the music for the movie. The artist considers Misha Green should be great as a director, and Ludwig Göransson as the perfect one for the music. Of course, this is just an idea that is yet to be elaborated on, but it could be a great starting point. And what kind of story a movie about Bashenga could bring to the big screens? If we go by what's told in the comic book pages, the movie could follow a story about 5 Wakanda tribes that are fighting each other to gain control of the vibranium element. That's pretty much what Harrison also says in the concept for the movie. The artist also suggests that this metal will have a central figure in the movie, and it will be the reason for the conflict between Wakanda civilization and the Mayans. Before fans found out about Harrison's concept, the idea for a spin-off movie was mentioned by Ryan Coogler, the one who already directed and wrote both Black Panther movies, but fans were disappointed later when the producer Nate Moore said that this idea is pretty much put on hold right now. So we must put our expectations on theories, speculations, and suggestions at this point. Marvel has yet to put these all ideas into their own concept, but one thing is sure, Bashenga is so very important character in Black Panther's story that must be explored. Marvel always gives the fans what they want, and probably they will find a way to put this project somewhere between Phase 5 and Phase 6. The biggest question, of course, will be whether they should go with a movie or miniseries. We'll see what's going to happen. Of course, there will be another video when we get new information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.